Imagine that you're going to be in a cabin by yourself in the Arctic for months on end, but you can fill a crate with books to entertain yourself. Which books would you choose? This was the situation that Peter Freuchen found himself in 1918 when he was separated from his family and was left alone to man a trading post in Nanook, Greenland. But there's a twist. While out on a hunting trip, Freuchen left the crate of books that he had selected on an ice floe. As one does, a hunting companion found one book left floating in a puddle of ice, and so he had just one book to read. The relationship between the popes in Avignon and Denmark. Just really thrilling stuff. Alone at the outpost, Freuchen read and reread the book so many times that he practically memorized it, and it began to warp his brain. He wrote in his diary, "I could not leave the book alone, no matter how much it annoyed me." Over time, he began to hate the popes described in the book, and then he developed a hatred for the author, Laus Jevsen Multison. Freuchen began to fantasize that the author had written the book just to torment him, and then he began to think about all of the violent things that he would do to the author if he ever met him in person. Fast forward several years when he was in Denmark at a banquet when he was randomly seated next to none other than the author of the hated book. Freuchen restrained himself. They had a polite conversation, and Freuchen let on that he was familiar with the author's work, but he just left it there. I learned the story in the new biography of Peter Freuchen titled Wanderlust by Reid Mitenbuler, and I found it to be a truly excellent read, perhaps a book worth bringing with you to the end of the earth.